Athletes operate under intense pressure, that pursuit of perfection, wanting to do their best for coaches, fans, teammates, and even themselves. That can take a toll on their well-being. Christy Buck with Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan Be Nice is here as we explore athletes' mental health. Thank you for being here with us, Christy. As we just saw during the Olympics, we heard from a few athletes about the mental toll it has on the games, right? About that pressure, right?
Yes. And so what we've learned over years, and especially in a 2002 to 2022 study, that suicides amongst college athletes has risen immensely. In fact, it doubled. So when they took the study and they looked at what is going on amongst college athletes, for a lot of folks, the pressure even came on before college. But when they entered into college, it became even more intense. And so what happens with intense pressure from sports, from parents, from coaches, pressure you put on yourself internally, externally, and then in addition, the amount of social media apps that athletes have access to, and the increase in celebrating wins, but also tearing people down with their play or their individual play. So even with the Olympics, we watched with the skating, you know, for who we thought was going to be the champion representing the United States in skating, was bombarded with negativity on social media. That in general can take a toll on someone's mental health. And so in high pressured situations, i.e. or professions, right, for athletes, it comes with much more pressure. We saw this year that we had a loss of another professional football player from Minnesota. Young man, still with a brain developing, right? Can't deal or can't handle the amount of pressure that goes along with that. Enter in drugs and alcohol can be that piece of the pie that enters where people are coping with these struggles that way.
Talk about your partnership with local coaches, right? And why that's so important to be reaching our athletes, our young athletes.
So 7 years ago, we started our collaboration with the Michigan High School Athletic Association, where Be Nice is the mental health module that every coach will take at the beginning of their season. So along with learning rules of their game that may have changed, they're going to go on and they're going to learn about mental health, and they are learning the Be Nice action plan. So this is 7 years that we have been going at it. And in our research study that we did with Grand Valley, that it takes 3 years for things to really sink in. So now we're really feeling the effects. We've felt growth. We've felt growth amongst the Be Nice school program, in coaches seeing that I want to bring this program to my own athletes. I'm trained in this action plan. Why wouldn't I want my athletes to be trained? And you know, getting to high school coaches is really important, because oftentimes that is the goal, to have the opportunity to play my sport in college. I need to be ready during that time in my life at that 14 to 18 years old, that I'm going to be ready. When I go to college, where are my resources going to be if I know that I'm struggling?
Let's just talk about the signs of mental health issues in athletes.
You know, a lot of it can be isolation. It can be starting to drink, starting to abuse substances. Differences in the way they typically are, suddenly they are not. It can come through in their performance. It can come through in their mood. So they could become very angry. They could become very sad. And along with that is general anxiety. That whole piece of, that goes along with not being able to eat, not being able to sleep, not being able to concentrate on my sport, on my performance.
And you're speaking in New Jersey next week, the High School Athletic Association. Why New Jersey? Well,
along with Michigan High School Athletic Association, with our partnership, Mark Ewell, who is the executive director for Michigan, he was at a conference and started talking amongst other ADs, which they're rather executive directors, and there's 50 of them, right? Telling them about the program. And so we are honored and have privilege to work with New Jersey, Virginia, Alaska, Michigan, and just last week we brought on Iowa. Wow. So we're very excited about that partnership, because our template with Be Nice is very replicable in other states, especially that program. So with every state, they have a different way to train. Most of it is all online. So we're going out, we're a session at the conference, and we'll be talking to athletic directors from high schools all across the state of New Jersey.
Wow, it's really expanding.
It's quite an honor.
Yeah, and you're going, you went to Jacksonville, Florida recently. We'll be talking about that a little bit more next week. So you're reaching the NFL as
I
well.
love it. Absolutely. Enjoy that interview.
Yes, keep up the good work, Christy. Thank you so much. Ellen?